So, welcome on board and congratulations for being with us. This is exercise number 7. In other words, we've already done the first book in our trilogy, which is the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. And to set the stage, just so that you know, what we do is we study a very specific 3-book curriculum, a trilogy of books. I encourage you all to go to the blog on wealthcreationmastermind.com and look for the blog titled Wealth Creation Books. That sets the stage, tells you the importance, it lays it out, because what we're doing together is we're learning and applying and mastering the creative method of thought so that we can personally be, do, and have everything that we want in our lives, and then pay it forward to others around the world. And tonight, as Chris mentioned, we began book 2 of the trilogy, which is Napoleon Hill's great classic, life-changing material. Probably, I think it's been called the #1 selling self-help book of all time. I don't know how many millions and millions and millions of copies have been sold all over the world. We've actually had people in Pakistan, in England, in the Philippines. We've got members from all over the world finding us on the basis of the blogs written about the 3 wealth creation books that we master. And what we're really getting into tonight is the very beginning. We're not even into the first principle. We're just setting the stage. And the key takeaway, the key message from this session right now is truly that thoughts are things. We all want more in our lives. Every single one of us wants to be, do, and have more. And it's Napoleon Hill never mentioned the Buddha, okay? Never once anywhere in Think and Grow Rich. And yet the Buddha said it all that pertains to this book. And he did say that mind is everything. What you think, you do become. And in the words of Napoleon Hill, what the mind of men and women can think and believe, we can achieve. And so we've got a preface to the book, an introduction, and a publisher's introduction, and some thoughts by W. Clement Stone before we get going. And what is disclosed there is the origin of the book began with a conversation that happened with one of America's wealthiest industrialists. And his name was Andrew Carnegie. The interesting thing about Carnegie was that he ended up giving away all of his wealth, which was, I mean, today it would have rivaled the fortune of a Bill Gates. But he ended up giving it all away. It kind of inspired what other billionaires are doing today. And he also, maybe more importantly than just the philanthropic work, inspired countless thousands of others to become philanthropic millionaires and billionaires as well. And what he did was he disclosed his principles of success to a young, aspiring, new thought writer and author by the name of Napoleon Hill, just a green behind the ears writer, and he inspired him, and he charged him with a life mission to take this codified set of principles that he had employed to create his success in his physical life, his intellectual life, and his spiritual life, and take it to the world. And that is precisely what Napoleon Hill did. And what this book is more than anything else. The first book that we read, The Science of Getting Rich, there is the thinking stuff from which all things are made, and it's an original state, permeates, penetrates, it does fill the inner spaces of the universe. And a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought, and we as creative thinking centers can form things in our thoughts, and we can impress our thoughts upon this formless substance and cause the things we think about to be created. We learn a creed, a way of thinking. And then this book 2 of the trilogy, is actually an operator's manual. It's a how-to and what to do manual. It's like your workshop manual for the human brain. and it gives you, it's beautiful. It takes it, decodes it step by step. These are 13 practical and timeless principles that, and here's a key. In our third book, the Kybalion, it starts off by telling you that the lips of wisdom are sealed except to the ears of understanding. And our first book, Wallace Wattles, makes it a point of letting people know you're only going to discover this material if you're ready for it. And here it's said again that these principles are denied to all except those who are ready to employ them. So I just really want to commend each of you. You have been drawn and attracted here because of what you're putting out. Your thoughts, your vibrational frequency attracts thoughts and vibrations of a similar frequency. So you are here by intention. That being said, strap in, Buttercup, because you're in for a heck of a ride. I mean, this is like 3, 2, 1, blast off. You get this material in your life, you start applying it, and whoa, the ride gets intense, because this is the key to life. And what is life? It's more, it's fuller expression, it's more juice, it's more of everything that everyone aspires to. And that is what we have here at the Wealth Creation Mastermind. And our mission, vision, and purpose is to spread this to others around the world. Perfect it, apply it ourselves. You begin to apply this philosophy in this book, put it into action, and your life is gonna change, all right? Incrementally. Look, nothing comes for nothing. There's no such thing as sitting on a cushion and poof, your life changed. Yeah, you got to move your feet, but it starts with the accumulation of material, intellectual, and spiritual abundance. And we talk about this material being able to cause miracles in your life. Now, I took a little bit of artistic liberty here, creative liberty with Michelangelo's. This is from the Sistine Chapel, and this is a part of a picture of the creation of Adam, where God reaches out and touches Adam on the finger, and poof, Adam has life. Well, look at that. What is that image? That's a brain. You recognize that as a brain? Michelangelo knew the power of creative thought. And there is the Almighty, the All. And I don't care what your religious belief is, but there is a thinking stuff in the universe from which all things are made. And we're all part of that. And that thinking stuff is within each one of us. And we are creative thinking centers. So what is a miracle? It's the achievement by an individual or group, like a mastermind, of persons. And it's the achievement of what others have perceived to be an impossible goal, a fool's mission, through thought, motivation, and action. What are we doing together? Brothers and sisters, we're building a team 1 million strong by January 2020 to change the world together. And this is the miracle in creative thinking. You see, what you do is you make it a habit to recall your chief, major, definite purpose. Call it your BHAG, your big, horrendous, audacious goal, the purpose that you have of changing the world and lifting yourself and others up. You do it first thing on awakening, last thing at night before you go to bed, throughout the day. You keep it foremost in your mind. You monitor your thoughts. Our brains they're a computer, right? And you program that mind through repetition, repetition, repetition. Now, here's what Napoleon Hill said, and this image should be a giveaway for you. What is an iceberg? What do you see in an iceberg? You see just the tip of the ice at the top. What's going on? It's all below the surface, right? That's what's going on with our brains. We've got this conscious brain, right? It's the logic part, the volitional, subjective, or objective part of the mind, the part that chooses, takes action, initiates. But there's the massive subconscious. That's the part of the brain, the creative part of the brain that does all the work, right? And it's like an iceberg. And in every chapter throughout this book, and I'm trying to give you a hint here, I'm not going to come right out and give it away, but there's a money-making secret that's been laid out, and fortunes, countless fortunes have been made over time by exceedingly wealthy individuals by discovering this secret. So you can either go through your life with a question mark, not knowing, what to do next in order to manifest what you want in your life, or you can have that exclamation point of, aha, I got it. Oh my gosh. And when this secret was disclosed to Napoleon Hill, he didn't just come out and, he just sort of slid it in. And without it, men and women go through their lives as failures. But with it, you can change the course and become whatever you want. So the secret is throughout the book. It's everywhere. And here's the thing. This secret goes back to the very, very, very beginnings. Ancient antiquity, you find references to this secret inscribed in stone in Egyptian hieroglyphs. So this is ancient material that has been applied throughout the eons of time. And in this one book, it's mentioned over 100 times, never just named outright. But those who acquire it, use it, literally swept on to success. But I just want to say, there's no such thing as something for nothing. There's a price for the promise. It's worth paying. It is your dedication and effort, time, and commitment to discover, learn, and apply it. Now, I want to just say that the secret comes in two parts, all right? First part, you got to have an idea. If you've got an idea, that's the first part. And by the way, we're going to share all kinds of ideas with you at the Wealth Creation Mastermind. So if you haven't got the original idea already, we will share ours with you. But the other part, and this image is a clue. You got the Vitruvian man, you've got a man and a woman, and what do they have? They have physical form. They have bodies. What do we do with bodies? We move our feet. We take action. That's a clue, okay? So, thought and action. Hill's clue, all achievement, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. If you're ready for the secret, you already possess half of it. Therefore, you're going to recognize it the moment the other half reaches your mind. Chapter 1, thoughts are things. This little placard, again, it drills it in. Thought takes on power, providing it's combined with definiteness of purpose. So you got that idea, back it up with a plan, and then you do take action. Look, we've got monkey minds. That is the truth. Until we learn to harness that, discipline it, and guide it, and make our minds a tool, we are monkeys jumping from our brains. One thought, next thought. Oh, that's a pretty thought. That's an attractive thought. Boom, bam, bam, wham. We're jumping all over. Karen and I were down at this really cool beach resort in Costa Rica. We look up in the trees and there's these capuchin monkeys, like they're the organ grinder monkeys, jumping tree to tree to tree. And that's a monkey mind, right? So what you got to do is stand in your definite major purpose. Don't abandon it at the first sign of obstacle. And you translate that with burning desire and persistence and never, ever, ever stop. This is the number one cause of failure. People get 3 feet from gold and they stop. They stop, pursuing their vision, their mission, their purpose. They let it go. And lo and behold, they never reach their objective. And it's the one most overriding thing. It's the most common thing in the world to do. So, we're all going to hit temporary defeat. I look at stuff that happened in my life and go, baby, this ain't temporary. This feels like a life-ending hurdle here, But it is funny. Every time I hit what I consider to be the brick wall, man, my pot of gold is almost always right on the other side of that damn wall. So don't stop. Make it a commitment, be determined, have persistence, single-minded, focus. Nothing's gonna stop you. You're gonna make a difference. You're gonna lift others up. And look, when defeat overtakes you, don't be like the 4-year-old, right? Don't go into yourself, oh no, because we all got this little 4-year-old boy or girl inside of us. Every one of us. And it's so easy to go back and go, oh no, I need my thumb, right? And that's the easiest, most logical thing to do is to quit, right? And this little guy here, he's frustrated. It's what most people do. And fact of the matter is, before success comes along in any of our lives, is you're going to meet with these episodes that make you feel like this little character here. You're going to have you got to overcome hurdles. But here's the truth, and here's the key: is everything, riches. And when we talk about riches, be very clear. There are material riches. You got to, if you want to travel, you got to have money. If you want to experience life, you got to have money. You want to go to Italy, you got to have money. If you want to go, do anything. If you want to have a music studio, you got to have money, right? Whatever you want to do. So let's just get money done. But there's intellectual abundance and there's spiritual abundance. You got to have a lot of love in your life. So our brains become magnetized with the dominating thoughts that we hold in our minds, and they become like magnets. You've heard of the law of attraction, right? This is all of a state of a mind. And what happens is it then starts coordinating forces and people and circumstances and all of these different events that start harmonizing with the nature. That's why you're here tonight. You're here because you're in harmony with this material, with the creative method of thought. You have decided you're going to master this material. You've just manifested this group to help you do it. So success comes to those who have success consciousness. You see, it is a choice. And don't bargain small with life. Because if you bargain small, you're going to get small. You can have, do, be, whatever. Have a magnificent obsession. Something that is going to change not only your life, but the life of the race, the whole planet, everybody on it. You're going to make an impact. And you're going to dream big and you're going to make it happen. And if you don't, what happens? Failure comes to those who allow themselves to have failure consciousness. It's a choice. You see, what separates us from a pig, a goat, or a fish, they can't choose their thoughts. They have no volition. We do. We do. We're amazing beings. We have this creative capacity to think. And when are you done? When do you get to hang it up and say I'm done? Well, where's the tape in life? It's when you're no longer breathing, when your heart's no longer pumping. If you're breathing and your heart is pumping, you're still in the race. Run through that tape. Give it everything you've got. Commit to a lifetime of excellence, because the truth of the matter is, whatever the mind of man, now this was written 100 years ago, man, woman, male, female, whatever our minds can conceive and believe, we can achieve. That is a powerful statement. So for next week, if you're just jumping on board, catch back up, go through book 1, Science of Getting Rich. But for next week, get into principle number 1, which is chapter 2, desire, the starting point of all achievement. And here's the key of what we do together, is we learn to think in a certain way. And that is, we do that by studying, reading, contemplating, working together, and applying what we learn daily. And we have this group, we're a support group for each other, but we're also very clear. We add value to others' lives. We increase others' lives. We've got the program. We've done it. We're going to take you along with us. So make sure that you are subscribed and confirmed. If you've just filled out the application, but you haven't gone in and clicked on the confirmation email, you're not going to get any of the material. So make sure you go in and click on the confirmation email. Some of you did today. Congratulations. Others haven't yet. Make sure you go back, check your junk, your trash folder. Could be hiding there. Google has a funny way of doing that, or Gmail. Make sure you're getting the weekly newsletter, the curriculum webcast. By all means, be on tomorrow's call, because tomorrow we talk about acting in a certain way. Look, you got to decide exactly what you want to be doing, have clear mental image, and determine exactly how much money that's going to take to live the lifestyle that you want. And we're going to help you identify streams of passive income and develop a clear plan. But be on the call tomorrow night. It's the key to acting in a certain way. Thoughts are things, powerful material. I commend you for creating this in your life and having the vibrational frequency to be a part of the Wealth Creation Mastermind. Congratulations.